long time no film. I haven't filmed like this for quite some time, and that is because so many things are happening, and unfortunately, most of these things are not good. And I've already talked about the Ukrainian conflict, and bear in mind that everything that I said is not to be taken as the ultimate truth because I'm not familiar with all of the circumstances. I haven't been following this problem for long enough to know everything about it. So do remember that I form my opinion based on what the comrades are saying and what I am reading from various media. But of course, all the media is excessively biased, and we seem to observe a certain agenda from both sides, and it is very unfortunate. So do bear in mind that whatever I say about Ukraine is my own personal opinion, my own personal observations, and they should be absolutely taken with a grain of salt. But apart from that, I've been working hard with my comrades here from Red Yurt, which I think I mentioned to you guys before, and I'm writing articles for them and I'm participating in various activities. And I think I've already shared how glad I am that I finally found an organization where I can work together side by side with other people. And it's so fun to get to meet these people. Yes, it is very tiring and very stressful for me, but it is also something that I needed for many years. I needed to collaborate with people for the cause that I believe in. And there is nothing that can compare to this, honestly. And I know I've been promoting this lately, joining an organization, joining a party if you can. And I know that this makes some people cringe because they say, well, all the parties that we have in here suck and none of them are actually communist, etc. And that is true. I understand that it is not always going to be possible to find a good enough organization. But on the other hand, what are the options? Staying on your own, doing stuff on your own, I mean, it may bring some benefit, especially to you personally, but I don't think anything can compare to working with others. And there are lots of other types of activities you can engage in with others. It doesn't have to be a party. I talked last year about mutual aid. I made this little video about how to start mutual aid efforts if you are a special snowflake like me. And some people did respond positively, saying that it is difficult sometimes to just get started. You know what you can do, you observe the needs in your community, but it's just hard to start. So once you start, once you collaborate with other people, it gets a little bit easier every time. It never is going to get like super easy, but at least if you start with some little incremental steps, then you will have a higher chance of continuing. So don't discard all of those possibilities. Don't discard possibly helping in some mutual aid organizations. You can also see if these organizations are linked to other bigger organizations and bigger entities. I usually try to avoid the organizations that are more formal or that are affiliated with government structures and whatnot. That is because there is still this little anarchist cat living somewhere deep within me that doesn't want to affiliate with the government in any way or form. But there are also logical reasons behind this as well. So there are certain entities that are not going to help. They are going to collect your money, they are going to collect your effort and your free labor, and they're not going to distribute those appropriately. So just bear this in mind. And of course, you all know this because I know that my audience is very well versed in all kinds of affairs, unlike me, who's a noob in everything. Otherwise, I've been feeling pretty good actually. I've realized that the best defense mechanism for me has been sublimation. I think Freud considered sublimation to be a defense mechanism. I'm not exactly sure whether it was Freud himself or his daughter Anna. So sublimation is when you take your negative energy, so to speak, you take your anger, your frustration, your sense of being unfulfilled, and you channel this energy into something productive, into art. That's one way of doing so, or into something else that may be helpful to you or others. And I've been practicing sublimation in one form or another for quite some time now. I actually found most of my hobbies while practicing sublimation. Like my dance routines are sublimation, my meditation routines are sublimation, my writing, my videos, all of this is sublimation in one form or another. But I highly recommend you try and channel this anger and sadness and frustration into something that will be constructive, that will bring some kind of benefit to you or others. And it may be hard to start as usual, but to continue maybe just a little bit easier if you do it one step at a time. And not stretching yourself too thin is also very important. So keep that balance, see if anything in particular interests you, and I hope that you find something that brings you peace and comfort and that helps you become a fuller, better version of yourself.